Today on Rooted Theory, we are planting this beautiful summer red maple. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it step by step. This is about 250 pounds and about 18 feet tall. I got my boy Joey here to help me. You definitely wanna have help when planting a tree of this size. So, you ready to rock it?
Let's do it.
Getting this monster of a tree home from the yard was the first challenge. The weight wasn't the issue, but more so the length. We have over 18 feet of tree, so that leaves about 12 feet sticking out of the back of the truck bed. But I made it back and we scooted it over carefully. Now, summer red maples are deciduous, so it just barely has new growth on it. So be sure to stay tuned for the next videos in this series to see this epic tree fully leafed out. I've got some incredible design elements planned for this Parkway project, so make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next video. Now, I've carefully planned my tree location between my two stone pathways in the Parkway, and if you want to see how I installed those, I'll be sure to put the link down in the video description below. This tree is in a 25-gallon container, which is about 24 inches in diameter. It's generally recommended to dig a hole about 1.5 times the size of the root ball, so I need about a 36-inch wide planting hole. Almost there with the hole, it's looking good. It's been really easy to dig because it's very sandy with some loam, but we hit some clay, so just got to punch through a little bit of clay and then we'll be done. We had to cut the sides of the plastic to get the tree out. Usually the trees can just kind of slide out, but this one was pretty lodged in.
Look at that.
Oh, you got a good little piece right there. Yep.
This maple should have probably been transferred into a 36-inch nursery pot. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take this amazing garden tool that we pretty much use for everything.
Pretty much.
And we're just gonna score the sides of it a little bit to kind of tease out those roots so they go out into the native soil rather than just keep spiraling around each other. And then we're gonna remove the plastic from the bottom and we're gonna do the same thing. See, look how dense and fibrous that is. So even though this looks violent, it's not damaging the tree. We're actually helping it in the long run to encourage those roots to go out, seek moisture, and seek nutrients from the surrounding soil. Before we put the tree in the hole, I want to get the backfill mix down, and this is super crucial for maples. You definitely want to add soil amendment with your native soil. You never know what kind of nutrients are in the native soil, and in my particular case, it's very lacking in nutrients. There's really not much here. The good news is it has good drainage, it's very sandy, but there's very little nutrients. So we are going to add Kellogg's Amend. This is just kind of my go-to right here. We are also going to use peat moss, which maples absolutely love. And we're also going to use a special fertilizer I'll show you guys in just a minute. I already have some native soil in my wheelbarrow, and now I'm going to add my Kellogg Amend and mix it all together. The ratio we want to have here is about 1/3 native soil, 1/3 amendment, and 1/3 peat moss. Look at that. It's beautiful. Already you can see that soil texture is improving. And this is actually just in itself a really good mix for shrubs and perennials. Next, we're gonna pop in the peat moss. And this, again, is loaded with nutrition. It's naturally acidic, which maples love, and it also helps retain moisture. All right, look at this, come here. Excellent texture, and it's gonna hold water at the root level right where we need it to. Now for the secret ingredient, Happy Frog. This is courtesy of Melina over at Glendora Gardens, so Thank you very much, Melina, for turning me on to this. This is a certified organic fertilizer specifically formulated for maples and other plants that prefer a lower pH soil. It also has active microbes, which are super beneficial for the tree's root system. And of course, I will put the link for this down below. Once it's all mixed together, then we're going to lay down a base layer of our mix at the bottom of the planting hole. Make sure it's nice and even and somewhat compact to avoid sinking. Now I grab my tape measure to check the hole depth compared to the root ball. Right now, the height of the root ball and the height of the hole are almost exactly the same, but we want the top of the root ball of the maple to sit a little bit higher, about 1.5 inches higher than our surrounding soil. And that's for a couple reasons. We're gonna prevent standing water around the base of the tree, but also later, we're gonna add mulch, and we're accounting for the height of that mulch. We just need to put a little bit more of our planting mix to make sure the tree sits up a little bit higher. It's a good rain dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. This is why you need 2 people. And in she goes. Just pull out of there for a second.
Oh, that's perfect. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So it might be hard to tell on camera, but this is exactly the height where we want our root ball. Now we need to whip up more planting mix for the backfill. Now, for this application, I'm using deep watering stakes. These perforated stakes allow the water to go down to the bottom of the root ball, which not only helps save water by reducing evaporation and runoff, but will encourage the tree roots to move downward rather than spreading laterally along the surface. And these are actually simple enough to make yourself just by drilling holes through a PVC pipe, but I saw these and wanted to test them out. Stay tuned for the next video because I'm going to show you how to set these up step by step and connect them with my drip system. It's actually really cool, so trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now that we're backfilled, I use a shovel handle to punch down around the root ball to alleviate air pockets and help get a better compaction. And you can see here how much it's actually compacted down. Now we're going to fully saturate the soil. This is of course to give water to the tree, but the water will also compact our backfill, and we'll definitely need to add a bit more once we see how much the level drops. I punch the soil down another time and then add more of our mix. Then I grade it out around the tree by hand and create a berm or moat for the water to sit in. The berm is very important because not only does it keep the water concentrated around the root ball, but it also minimizes standing water around the trunk of the tree. The very last step we're gonna do is stake the tree. We're gonna use 2 of these lodge poles right here, and we're actually gonna place them about 16 to 18 inches away from the tree. And it's very important that they get placed perpendicular to the prevailing winds. Winds are gonna come east to west, so we're gonna place them north to south. Before we put the lodge poles in the ground, we first want to remove the nursery stake that's tied to the tree. And this thing does not want to budge at all. Sometimes this can happen with trees that have a dense fibrous root system. So instead of destroying my back, I just grabbed my Sawzall and cut it off at the base. Now we can set our lodge poles in the ground. And producer Jeff jumped in on this one since Joey had to head out. Now we're using a pole driver here to hammer the lodge poles down into the ground. These are 10-foot poles and I'm driving them down about 2 feet into the ground. Next, I'm going to secure the lodge poles to the tree trunk with these rubber ties. I twist the ties once in the middle and make sure there's a slight tension between the lodge pole and the tree. Then I'm just using a coated screw to secure everything in place. You never want to use rope or twine or anything that can dig into the cambium layer of the tree. Tree is staked, watered, and I am super happy for the new growth that it's going to produce. We're still in mid-February, so in the next few weeks, I think we're going to see just a blast of color coming out, and I will keep you guys updated. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Please feel free to hit that like, subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell notification so you know when the next video comes out, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the rest of my parkway, and I'm going to show you how we handle those deep watering pipes behind me right there. I really hope to see you guys on the next video. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And as always, stay rooted.